Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are talking about something that is, and I'm not exaggerating, absolutely life-saving. How to manage secondary adrenal insufficiency when you get sick. Because without the right plan, a simple illness can get dangerous, fast. So let's get you prepared.
For most people, that's just a dramatic question. But if you have adrenal insufficiency, this isn't hypothetical at all. It's a reality. Your body can't make the extra cortisol it needs to fight the stress of an illness, and that's when things can escalate into a full-blown crisis. Understanding that is step one.
So here's how we're going to break this all down. We'll start with why even a little sickness is a big deal. Then we'll get into the simple, tiered rules for what to do, from feeling a little off to moderately sick to a true emergency. And we'll wrap up by talking about your emergency lifeline, the stuff you need to have ready to go at all times. All right, Section 1, when sickness is serious. Before we jump into the how, we really need to understand the why. What are we actually trying to prevent here? And why does something like a common cold demand such a serious, thought-out plan? This right here, this is the thing we want to avoid at all costs. An adrenal crisis is what happens when your body is screaming for cortisol because of the stress of an illness, but your adrenal glands just can't supply it. It is a genuine, life-threatening emergency. Every single rule we're about to talk about is designed to make sure this never, ever happens. So if you see these symptoms, it's already a full-blown medical emergency. The goal is to never even get close to this point. The whole key to staying safe is to act decisively the moment you feel sick, way before a crisis even has a chance to start. Okay, so the stakes are clearly very high. What is the single most important principle you need to burn into your brain for the second you start feeling unwell? This is your mantra. It is always, always safer to give your body a little extra steroid for a short time than it is to underdose and risk sliding into a crisis. Don't second-guess yourself. Don't wait to see if you feel worse. You act immediately. All right, let's put that mantra into action with our first tier of response. This is your game plan for a mild illness. Think a common cold, a little fever, or maybe even just a period of really high emotional stress. This is your first line of defense. The second you recognize one of these triggers, what do? You immediately double your total daily oral dose. Don't wait an hour, do it right then. And just as important, push the fluids. Your body needs that hydration to fight. Once you're feeling better, you can go back to your normal dose. Simple. Okay, but what if it's more than just a little cold? What if you've got the flu, a real fever, or an infection? Well, that's when we move up to the next level of response. When the illness is more moderate, your body's under a lot more stress. So the action is simple. You triple your normal daily dose. But, and this is super important, you also have to split that bigger dose up. You take it more often, say every 6 to 8 hours. Why? Because this gives your body a steady, continuous stream of cortisol and prevents any dangerous dips between doses. And that brings us to the most critical situation of all, the one where taking your pills is no longer going to cut it. This is the red alert scenario. Okay, listen very closely to this. If you are vomiting, you cannot absorb your oral steroids, period. It's just that simple. This is not a wait-and-see moment. The second that happens, you must use your emergency injection immediately. And then you call 911 or you get to the ER. The shot buys you time. It is not a cure. You need medical attention.
This slide is fantastic because it puts everything we've just covered in one place. It's so clear. Grade 1, mild illness, you double your dose and hydrate. Grade 2, moderate, you triple the dose and you split it up throughout the day. And the big one, grade 3, severe, especially vomiting, you inject immediately and you call for help. Seriously, take a screenshot of this. Save it on your phone.
So knowing the rules is one thing, and it's essential, but it's only half the battle. Having the tools you need all prepared and ready to go, well, that's what actually saves lives. So let's talk about building your emergency lifeline. Let me be perfectly clear. This is non-negotiable. It's not optional. If you are ever in an accident or found unconscious, this piece of metal is your voice. It tells the paramedics and doctors exactly what's wrong and what you need when you can't speak for yourself. It is, without a doubt, the most important piece of jewelry you will ever own. And here it is, your sick day kit. This is your go bag. You should have one of these ready at all times. And it needs to go with you on vacation, to work, everywhere. Check those expiration dates on your injection regularly. Make sure your family, your partner, your close friends, make sure they know where this kit is and how to use that shot.
because an emergency won't wait for you to be at home.
So when you boil it all down, the one thing to take away from all of this is simple. You never, ever skip your medication when you're sick. Following these rules isn't just a good idea, it's how you stay safe. And being this prepared, it isn't about living in fear. It's about empowerment. It's about knowing you have a plan and you have the tools so you can face whatever comes your way with confidence.